Hello to you all, Royals. Welcome to my podcast. My name is Samantha Salvador. I'm your host of the Princess Mixtape. If you're joining me for the first time, you have picked a great moment to jump in, and I promise it is the ideal spot to begin. Here's my chance to share the heart and soul of this podcast and give you a glimpse into who I am, your princess behind the microphone. I've always thought of life as a mixtape, a blend of upbeat tracks, soulful tunes, and maybe a few unexpected remixes that catch us off guard. This podcast is how I'm trying to capture the vibe. It is a place where we can chat about life, share ideas, and explore what really inspires us. For this first episode, I thought, why not kick things off with the most important story? My origin story. Who am I really? What led me here? So, what is the deal with the name of this podcast, the Princess Mixtape? Today, I want to share a bit about my childhood in Cavite, Philippines. I will talk about the ups and downs I faced as a kid and how my college experience helped me discover what I really wanted in life. Alright, grab your favorite cup of tea or coffee, maybe a cozy blanket, or just get comfy in your car seat on the way to work. Let us take a trip back to where it all started and dive into my story. Cavite, Philippines. This is where it all began. Growing up, the Cavite in the Philippines I knew was a bit different than it is today, but it always had a unique vibrancy to it. School years felt long and golden, with life moving at a nice, easy pace that was really comforting. My family, the ones I shared my blood with, meant the world to me. Mila, my guardian, was a really smart old lady, but she always found time for me. Saturday mornings were pretty special in her house. We would wake up early, get ourselves ready, and dress for church nearby, and then head back home like we always do. There were times when the house would fill with the delicious aroma of classic Filipino home-cooked meals. We would gather around the table close to the living room and computer room, sharing stories, laughing, and enjoying each other's company as a family. One of my all-time favorite memories has to be those school year sessions from elementary all the way through middle school. My guardian would show off her discipline skills for me to pick up on. I can still picture how her face would look when she was trying to discipline me, but in a caring way. I would totally throw a fit and cry like a little kid until she gave up on disciplining me. For those few minutes, it was like nothing mattered, and I was just getting the hang of it. But, childhood was not just all about sunshine and mixtapes. I think I was just a bit too shy and maybe a little immature, especially when it came to myself. A family friend of mine suggested that I check out a good book that he gave me. I cannot quite recall what type of book it was or its exact title, but I found it tough to connect with my peers because of my maturity, which I did not even realize at the time. I found myself spending a lot of time by myself, pondering questions that felt way too big for a kid like me. What makes some people so kind? What is stopping them? I didn't have all the answers back then, but I feel like those questions really planted the seed for this podcast. I will always remember this moment from when I was in elementary school, somewhere between third and fifth grade. I was up in the other living room just dancing around and listening to some music that I cannot quite recall again. It was on repeat, and my bochico uncle caught me and playfully teased me about it. He almost said, "Ano bang ginagawa mo?" I had no idea why he did that back then. Looking back, I feel like I totally embarrassed myself. I found my 20 college experience to be pretty overwhelming, and honestly, I was really stressing out about it. Riding both Lyft and Uber was a mix of excitement and a bit of fear. I transitioned from a life in New Well to a campus buzzing with the familiar faces, fresh opportunities, and the world of possibilities waiting to be explored. I still major in business and will get my associate's degree in 2 years. It might seem like a straightforward choice to some, but for me, it was the essential foundation I needed to build on. I've learned a lot about staying organized and improving my speaking skills through my experiences in business. So there was this one business information management class, or BIM for short, during my senior year of high school that really made an impression on me. The professor mentioned something about our business project and went something like this. Today, you're going to do a resume that gets you into your job or your career. In this canvas, please look at the details, okay? Now, get back into work. As we explored further, it really struck me. Your personal brand is all about your story. It's all about who you are, what you'll bring to the table, what you value in your future job or career, and how you'll show up in the world ahead. That is when it hit me that I wanted my brand to focus on creating my ideal connection, helping people feel seen, heard, and inspired. Honestly, the college years I'm going through have not been just about those big moments of realization and academic successes. There were those late nights spent cramming for deadlines, some shy moments, and a bit of drama, plus a few awkward social encounters here and there. So there was this moment in art class when I was chatting with my professor and I ended up asking her something like, "Are you spiritual? That looks like amethyst crystal in your bottle of water." Those moments really show me the importance of being curious, asking questions when I need to, and just being friendly. I learned a lot more from the college than just what I got in my fully online classes. It showed me how to work on my time management, how to connect with a few friends in real life, and most importantly, how to have faith in the person I was becoming. Looking back at my journey, I noticed so many little moments that came together to create this bigger story. It is interesting to think about how those everyday moments, like belting out my favorite songs or trying to keep friendships alive in high school, really shaped who I have become. One of the biggest lessons I picked up is that your story does not need to be flawless to be valuable to share. Life can be a bit chaotic and full of unexpected twists, but honestly, that is what makes it so wonderful. I've come to realize that it's perfectly fine not to have all the answers. Life is not just about having all the answers. It is really about being open to the adventure along the way. This podcast is how I'm diving to that journey. It's all about celebrating those moments that shape us and making a space where we can share, connect, and grow together. I really hope that by sharing my story, you'll feel inspired to think about your own and maybe even share it with someone close to you, like your friends or family. But hey, before we finish up, I just want to say thank you. Thank you a lot for being here, for tuning in, and for giving me the chance to share my story with you. Launching this podcast has really been a dream come true, and it is awesome to have you with me on this journey. If today's episode struck a chord with you, I would really like to know what you think. Where did you come from? What moments have really shaped who you are? Feel free to connect with me on Instagram at Samantha Salvador Official, or you can drop a review wherever you're tuning into this podcast. I really appreciate your feedback, and I would be thrilled to share some of your stories in upcoming episodes. Next week, we're jumping into childhood mixtape songs that shaped me. I am excited to share the tracks that really shaped my early years, from the family favorites to the songs I belted out as a teenager and still love today. You're going to have a blast. Trust me. Until then, just keep this in mind. Life is like a mixtape, and you get to pick the songs. Ariana Grande once said, quote unquote, I want it, I got it. XOXO, I love y'all, and goodbye.